A little while ago I released the new platforming level for my game with some new features. To my lament, very few people tried it this time around, but the feedback I got was helpful. I haven't done an update video in a while, so let's go over some of the new stuff. In Prince of Persia, gates are opened by stepping on a gate switch. This is nice because you can activate them without breaking stride, but realistically in Universe, I don't think anyone would design a door like this. So I've moved over to wall switches. Unlike the switches you step on, these switches are not activated automatically. Instead, they're activated by a button press, the button which previously only activated dialogue. Now you can think of it like a use button too. A neat thing about this is that you can easily choose whether or not to hit the button as you pass it. In Prince of Persia, you had to jump over the button to avoid it, which was awkward. Also, I can put them anywhere, not just in places where there's floor. On the subject of the dialogue button, when dialogue is available, the exclamation point now appears over the player's head. Once you've activated the dialogue, it disappears. However, the dialogue can still be activated again if the player hits the button again. My levels now have an end state. Obviously, it's extremely primitive. There's now a door. On some levels, merely touching it might be enough. On others, maybe it's locked. And you need to find a key somewhere in the level. And once you get the key, you can use it to open the door. You've probably already noticed the coin counter at the top. I've added some coins as a collectible. The coin is just a placeholder. I haven't decided what it's actually going to be yet. And also, I haven't decided what they're going to do. Right now, I've just hidden a few of them around the level. However, they also function as a checkpoint system. This is one of the last things I added before release, and when designing the demo, I expected people to do the whole thing in one go. Now when you die, you go to wherever the last collected coin was. But this was definitely a little harebrained by me. Since the locations of the coins are pretty remote, it's not very helpful to go back to one. So these two mechanics are probably going to be separated by me right now. Maybe silver coins for checkpoints that are on the way, and gold coins for hidden collectibles. Again, not final. I don't know if the actual levels I make are going to be long enough to warrant more than 1 or 2 checkpoints. In a couple spots I used these repeated ledges to make climbable walls. I don't really know why I did this, except that Prince of Persia did the same thing. I definitely don't plan on using these much since I dislike vertically oriented levels in this kind of engine, unless the player is dropping. But there is a slight mechanical upgrade. I actually did this myself at some point in the past, but it got lost at some point in development. If the player releases a ledge laid out like this, they'll fall inward onto the one below them. But if they release a ledge while holding away from the wall, they'll fall down alongside them. Useful for getting down rapidly. The last little thing I did was make an achievement list the player can open by hitting escape. By performing various actions, you can get achievements, such as gathering all coins. I thought this would incentivize people to hunt around a little bit in my demo, but ironically, absolutely everyone who played it simply closed the game before remembering there were achievements, at least on their first pass. I should have had a sound effect or something to tell players they unlocked one, since right now there's nothing. Oops. I did have a player who managed to find them all though, very impressive in my opinion. I'll do 2 more videos soon, one exploring the new level and discussing the design philosophy, and one discussing the combat mechanics and where I plan to take them.